Hey guys, welcome to your free Yoga for Beginners starter kit on Do You Yoga. I'm Kristen, and this is a 30-minute yoga class for beginners. That's a really excellent rounded flow that you're gonna get stretched and strong, and you're gonna get to do some seated postures, some standing flow, and some standing postures, and just feel really great. Let's get started. Nice, tall, comfortable seat. If you wanna kind of pull your buttocks flush back a little bit, you can anchor your sits bones down. Feel free to sit up on something if you need that extra height. And then flip your palms open. You can join the thumb and forefingers together. Soften the shoulders down the back. And close the eyes to tap into the breath. So when we close our eyes, it allows us to go in and really feel our bodies moving and feel the breath energizing the body. So if you feel yourself slouching into your lower back or rounding your shoulders, now is the time to anchor the hips down and feel the lower back lift and rise. Let your chest open, feel the shoulders draw together and down the back. Back of the neck and skull are lengthening, crown of the head lifting. And then let your front ribs soften back in space. Fill up with air, fill up with prana, that life force, as you breathe deeply into all sides of your body, front, back, side, bottom, top. Exhaling all the air out. Inhale another full breath. And exhaling empty. Open the eyes, open the arms, inhale, float the arms up, exhale, interlace the hands, press through the heels of the hands. Inhale, bend the elbows to your sides, and then exhale, press up through the heels of the hands and lengthen the triceps. Inhale, bend, exhale, extend, inhale, bend, exhale, extend. One more breath, inhale, exhale. Now hold here and start to turn to your right as far as you can, just using your abdominals. And then place your left hand on your right knee, right hand behind the back. And as you lengthen up through your spine, take a deep inhale. And then as you twist, exhale and see if you can go a little further around to the side. Now from here, lift your right arm up and then lean to the left. Either prop your left elbow on your inner thigh or place your left hand outside your thigh. And feel length from the outer right hip through the right pinky finger. Breathe through the nose, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, lift up, stretch the arms overhead, interlace the hands, flex through the heels of the hands, get that great stretch in the arms and shoulders. Twist to your left as far as you can go without using your hands. Use your belly, use your core. And then drop your right hand down, left hand behind the back. Every inhalation lengthens, every exhalation twists. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Now lift the left arm up, side lean over to the right. Lengthen from your elbow to your wrist, all the way out through your pinky finger. Feel free to place your right hand to the side of the hip if you need, but don't sink into the shoulder. Keep that shoulder down the back, lengthen through the waist. And then inhale back up to center, lift through both arms, and exhale, come forward over your legs. Breathe into your hips. Soften the shoulders, lengthen out of the lower back, and maybe even take a few little head spins side to side. Just make sure your neck is released. Walk your hands back and come around onto hands and knees. Plant the hands under the shoulders, the knees under the hips. Really anchor down the webbing between the thumb and forefinger, press into your finger pads. As you pull your hands back and on the mat, imagine you're really sliding them back and arch the heart up. And then exhale, round the spine and press the hands forward into the sticky mat. Inhale, open, and exhale, round. Inhale, arch open. Exhaling, round. Inhale, arch open. Exhale, round. Stay rounded and tuck your right knee to your nose. Use your abs. And then kick the right leg straight back and look forward. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, extend. Inhale, knee to nose. Exhale, extend. Stay here and stretch the left arm forward. Feel the length in opposition from the left hand to the right foot. Push into your right hand. Lift up through the lower half. Don't let your ribs fall to the floor. Keep tethering them together. Breathe through the nose. And then place the left hand down. Bring the right knee back. Open the spine. And round. Tuck your left knee into your nose. Kick the leg straight back. Lengthen. Tuck the knee in. Kick the leg back. Tuck the knee in. Kick the leg back. Stretch the right arm long. Feel the length in opposition from the left heel to the right fingers. Soften the shoulders. Breathe through the nose. Balance an imaginary teacup on your lower back. And then place the right hand down. Bring the left knee back to meet the right. And once again, open through your chest. And then tuck under your toes and bring your hips back towards your heels. Walk your hands a little forward. Keep wrapping the inner elbows towards the ceiling. Keep pressing the thumb and forefingers down. And then as you come into your down dog, try and move back in space to lift the hips. And feel yourself lengthening out of the lower back. Keep the knees bent as much as you need to. Press through the palms. And again, gather in those front bottom ribs. Scoop out the lower abs. And then lengthen from tail to head. Listen to your breath. And as you're ready to, start to unfurl the legs. Lift up through the kneecaps, the quads. And then inhale out to a plank pose. Find your distance between your plank and your down dog. Press through the palms, scoop in the abs, and then head back to downward facing dog. Inhale out to plank. Exhale back to down dog. And again, bend your knees in dog if you need to. Inhale out to plank, and this time, drop your knees to the floor. Keep your butt lifted, your back arched, and lower your chest, your chin right between your hands. Slide into a little baby cobra, open through the heart, and then press back to child's pose and just relax for a second. Feel the lower back released. And then we'll do that again, coming onto hands and knees. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, press back to down dog. And then find your distance as you come out to plank. Lower your knees, lower your chest, chin. Slide into a baby cobra. And as if you're going back to child's pose, tuck your toes and go into downward dog. And see how they're related, that lengthening back through the waist. Now pedal out your feet. Again, shake out your head and neck and start to walk your feet up towards your hands. Coming all the way forward, hanging over your legs. Keep your feet about hip width apart to begin with, and let your knees be bouncy, and again, let your head drop. Hold your elbows overhead. Sway a little side to side. And then drop the arms, keep the knees bent, gently rounding up to come to stand. Step towards the front of your mat. Bring your feet together. Big toes touch, heels together or slightly apart. Shoulders circle down the back. Reach your fingertips to the floor. Find that nice strong mountain pose. Engage your thighs. Lift up through the lower abs. And then swan dive the arms overhead. Press the palms and look to the fingers. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hands to feet. Bend your knees here if you need to. Inhale, right leg back to a lunge. Lower the knee, release the toes, pad the knee if you need to. Lift your chest and open your heart. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot meets right. Inhale forward to a plank. Exhale, lower knees, lower chest, chin. Inhale, slide through a baby cobra, open your chest. And exhale, press back to a downward facing dog. Breathe in through the nose. And breathe out. Lift the kneecaps, energize the quads, smash imaginary marshmallows under your hands, keep the hands pressing. Inhale your right foot forward, lunge, drop the left knee, lift the chest, open the heart. Exhale your right foot forward, fold into the legs, head and neck goes. Inhale, swan dive up to stand, palms overhead. And exhale the arms to the sides. And let's repeat that, starting with the left side. Inhale the arms up, palms press. Exhale, swan dive forward, linking the breath with the movement. Inhale, your left leg goes back, the knee drops, and the chest lifts. Deep, full inhale. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll out to plank. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Inhale, slide through to a cobra. And exhale, press back to your down dog. Nice work. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the nose. Release tension in the neck and shoulders. Press through the palms. Lift through your hips. Scoop in your abs. Step your left foot forward, lunge. Drop the right knee down. Open your chest up. Step your right foot forward, fold into the legs, head and neck released. Swan dive up to stand, and exhale, arms to the sides. Let's try that one more time on each side. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, the chest floats down. And again, bend your knees, bend your knees, bend your knees if you need to. Inhale, your right leg back, lower the knee. If it's too much to untuck the toes, you can always keep the toes flexed here. And then head back to downward facing dog. Roll to plank. Remember to keep your chest above your hands. Lower your knees, and then bring the chest right between the hands. Slide to baby cobra, and press to downward facing dog. Now step your right foot right back forward. Lower the left knee down. Remember, if you need to keep the foot flexed, you can, or point the toes, lift the chest. And then step forward. Fold into the legs if it just feels like it's a little too fast. Inhale, swan dive up, slow it down, use your breath, take your time. Exhale, arms to the sides. Inhale, lift the arms, press the palms. Exhale, swan dive forward, hands to feet. Inhale, left leg back, lower the knee, lift the chest. Exhale, right leg back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward. Through this repetition, the magic starts to rise. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. And you get more and more comfortable with these poses and with the flow. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left foot forward. Lower the right knee. Lift the chest. Open the heart. Exhale, right foot forward. Fold into the legs. Let the head go. Inhale, swan dive up to stand. And exhale, arms to the sides. Nice job. Inhale, awkward chair. So the knees bend as the arms lift, and I come down into a baby squat here. So I'm keeping my knees together. I'm trying to sit my butt back, and then stand up and release the arms to the sides. So bend the knees, lift the arms at the same time, and try and go into a deeper squat, and then straighten and release the arms to the sides. Really nice. Inhaling, bend the knees, lift the arms up. Eventually the palms can press. Now from awkward chair pose, you can swan dive over your legs and let the head drop. Inhaling, bend your knees and look forward. And let's step the feet back into a plank pose. From your plank pose, before you lower your knees, I want you to just start to lower your chest and come all the way down to the floor to get a sense of using the arms, using the triceps. Now slide your hands back a little closer to your waist. Point your toes. And I want to show you upward facing dog. So the cobra lift in the chest, you'll feel that in the upper back. Keep lifting and lift your thighs at the same time. So the kneecaps are lifted, the back of the thighs are energetic, my chest is opening, elbows slightly bent, heart is open. If that feels like too much, you can always stay in your baby cobra. Upward facing dog, you can also do with feet flexed, lifting the chest, lifting the knees, and opening the heart. But the thighs are off the floor. And from upward facing dog, you can go back to downward facing dog. Shake out the head and neck, pedal out the feet, breathe through the nose. Now step your right foot forward to your hands, and remember, if it doesn't make it there, use your hand to place it there. And take your left heel and turn it down to the floor. You might want to step it a little more to the left. Really angle the outer left hip towards the mat and stay low in this right hip. Bring your elbows to your right knee. So you'll feel how this left hip is spinning around to the ground. Without unbending your right knee, start to lift your chest up and then lift your arms up to come into Warrior One. Press the right big toe mound down, pull your belly button to your spine, press the outer left foot into the mat. Look up to the fingers and breathe through the nose. If you can bring the palms together, press the hands firmly. And it's okay to keep the arms shoulder width apart if you feel any compression in the shoulders. The back bend is in the upper back like our crescent lunge. And you're trying to lengthen your lower back, tuck the tail under, and bend the right knee deeper. Inhale a breath here. And then exhale, start to open to Warrior Two, turning the left toes more out. And the right foot, you might need to toe ball heel to the middle of your left arch. So you want your right foot dissecting the left inner arch. Bend the right knee and look over the right fingers, Warrior Two. Anchor the right big toe mound. Soften the shoulders and breathe through the nose. Pull the arm muscles onto the arm bones. Almost imagine you're pushing your hands into a tabletop right below them. Take a deep breath in. And then take your hands down to your front foot. Turn your back heel up. Step into your plank. And then lower yourself straight down to the ground. But keep hugging the shoulders onto the back. Feet flexed or toes pointed, depending on your back. Lift the chest and the upper thighs and come into upward facing dog. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, left foot forward. Take it to the front. If it doesn't make it, turn your right heel down. Maybe hop your right foot a little to the right. Angle the right hip to the floor. Here's like a thinking warrior. The elbows here. You're thinking of staying down low in the hips, keeping the right hip around to the left, lunging deeper and lifting the chest up. So really find that outer right foot pressing. Bend the left knee deep, pull in the belly, look to the fingers, press the palms. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the nose. Inhale and exhale. Inhale one more breath, and then exhale, start to open to Warrior Two. So the right toes will turn more to 45 degrees. The left foot comes to the middle of the right arch, and the left knee bends. Look over the left fingers, soften the shoulders, breathe through the nose. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Great work. Inhale your hands down. Turn your back heel up. Try this one more time. Come into a plank. One straight line of energy. Don't let your hips fall faster than your heart. Lower your body in one straight unit to the floor. Work those triceps. Work the back of the arms. Open your chest. Lift your heart. Lift your thighs. Upward dog. Press back to downward facing dog. And here, if you need a moment to rest, you can. Sit back onto your heels. Come into child's pose. Give it a second. Come back into your downward facing dog. Press through your palms, lift through your hips, and step your right foot forward. Turn the outer left heel down and take the arms up to Warrior One. And then exhale, open to Warrior Two. From Warrior Two, straighten the right leg out. Walk the left foot a little closer. Keep the left toes angled slightly forward. Tip to your right and place your right hand on your ankle, your shin, your knee, a block, or up even higher on the thigh, just to maintain the length in the waist. Look up to the left hand and breathe through the nose. Deep, full breath in, and deep, full breath out. Remember to soften the shoulders, and imagine yourself between two walls. So try and narrow yourself between the walls. Push the left hand into an imaginary wall in front of it. Inhale up to stand. Exhale, bend the right knee to Warrior Two. Adjust your stance if you need to. Place the right forearm on the knee and extend the left arm overhead. Extended side angle. From the outer left foot through the left fingers reaching. Soften the shoulders. Pull that right knee back in space. Listen to your breath. Deep breath in Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Make sure you anchor the right big toe. And deep breath out. Really nice. Bring both hands down to your front foot. I want you to step your left foot up a little closer to your right foot. Angle your chest over your right thigh. Bend your right knee as much as you need to. And try and fold your forehead to your knee. Eventually you'll start to straighten out that right leg. If you want to prop yourself up higher on blocks, you can. If you want to stay up higher here, you can. To breathe into the back of the right thigh in this intense side stretch pose. And then bend your front knee, step your left foot forward to meet your right foot. Fold into your legs, let your head go. And look forward and step your right foot back. And turn your outer right heel down and lift up to warrior one on the left side. Look up to the fingers, breathe through the nose. So that outer edge of the right foot's pressing. Left knee's lunging deep, softening the shoulders, scooping in the abs. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Now open up to warrior two. Gaze over the left fingers. Scoop in the abs, soften the shoulders, reach through the fingers. Keep your torso between your hips. Don't let it come forward to the front knee. Then straighten out your left leg. Shorten your stance if you need to. Tip to your left and come into triangle pose. Look up to the right hand, breathe through the nose. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Shoulders soft. Abs are in. Trying to crank that right hip over the left and spin the inner left thigh to the ceiling. Lift above the left kneecap. Press through the left big toe mound. Inhale up to stand. And exhale, lunge that left knee, warrior two. Make sure the left knee stays above the ankle and make sure the left knee doesn't roll in on itself. Place the forearm on the knee. Extend the right arm up, out, overhead. Lengthen from elbow to wrist. Soften the shoulders. Breathe through the nose. Engage your lower abs. Lift the inner right thigh away from the floor and press the outer right foot into the floor. Keep lengthening, keep breathing. And then bring both hands down to your front foot. Hop your back foot a little closer. Walk your left foot more to the left if you need to. Get your torso over your left thigh and start to fold. So this knee could be completely bent if need be. If you want to come up higher onto blocks or props, you can. Make sure that it's about lengthening the sides of the waist. Breathe through the nose. Let your neck go. The shoulders relax. Lift above the left kneecap to stretch the left hamstring. And step your right foot next to your left and fold into the legs. Excellent work. Separate your feet hip width apart, not too wide. And then take hold the backs of your ankles, the backs of your calves, the backs of your thighs, wherever you feel you can hold. Lengthen out of your lower back and then fold into both legs, standing forward bend. Soften the shoulders. Again, bend your knees as much as you need to. Try not to round the back, but lengthen out of the lower back. Let your head go and breathe. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, catch your waist. Inhale up to stand and step the feet together. Now we'll practice our tree pose. Take your right knee into your chest. Stand tall on your inner left thigh. So press that inner left thigh back. Anchor the left big toe mound down. And place the right foot into the inner thigh without letting it sink. So you have to really engage that left leg. Use the turnout to open the knee to the right without spinning the hips. And bring your hands to prayer. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit today, you can lift the arms up or just keep the hands in prayer. Bring the right knee in, step the right foot down, and we'll switch sides. Left knee in, stand tall, ground the right big toe mound, press the inner right thigh back in space, lift that right kneecap and quad, place your left foot on the inner thigh, and bring the hands to prayer. Find that stillness, find the balance. Find a spot to focus your gaze. And then bring the knee in and step the foot down. Come into your awkward chair seat. Lift the arms. Sit back, squeeze the buttocks, press into the heels. And then just fold forward over your legs, let your head go. And walk your feet back into downward facing dog. Lower your knees to the ground, sit back into a child's pose for a second. Round yourself up to sit. Take your legs forward out in front of you. And flex through your feet strong. And we'll do hip width apart in our seated forward bend for this nice extension out of the lower back. And just like you did standing, feel that length out of the thighs. If you need to bend your knees, you can. Bring your chest towards your upper thighs. Eventually you hold back of calves, outer ankles, over the feet. And then just start to fold your head and let it go. And when you can, straighten the legs. Go for straight legs. Go for active quads. Pull the inner thighs to the lower belly. And hollow out the lower belly and allow that to help take you forward into your forward bend. If you're up higher here, that's perfectly fine. Keep lengthening out of the lower back. Inhale up to sit. Take your right leg back like tree pose, like we did standing. Place the right foot on the inner left thigh. Take a twist around to your right. Sit up nice and tall. And then reach the right arm over to the left. And lengthen from the outer right hip all the way through the right fingers. Breathe through the nose. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale up to sit. Turn your torso towards your left leg, flex your left foot, and walk your hands forward for head to knee pose. Again, if you're sitting up higher, that's perfectly fine. Just think of lengthening the sides of the waist, lengthening out of the lower back. Lower your chest gently towards the upper thigh. Make sure your head and neck relax and stay in line with the spine. If you feel any pressure in your right knee here, you can cheat the leg a little forward, or you can always put something underneath that right knee. You'll feel a good hip opener, a good twist, and a good hamstring stretch. Inhale up to sit, switch sides, right leg forward. Left foot comes back like tree. The foot comes to the inner thigh. Take a big twist around to your left. Flex to your right foot, stay lifted, and then side stretch. Up, out, over to the right. And breathe through the nose and soften the shoulders. Listen to the breath. The sound that the ears like to hear most is the oceanic sound of the breath. Keep the breath smooth and even. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the nose. Inhale up to sit. Take a big spin to your right and start to walk your hands forward over the right leg. Let the head soften. If the knee is bent, because your hamstrings are tight, that's fine. If you need to use a strap or a towel, and just sit upright and feel the stretch in the sides of the waist, the twist, and the hamstring stretch here. Just go to your level. Use your breath. Lengthen out of your sides, soften out of your shoulders, and let the neck relax. Come on up to sit. Try bringing your right foot back to meet your left foot. So the feet are pressing together. The knees are opening to the sides. Sit up nice and tall and come forward over your legs in cobbler's pose. You could wrap your hands around your feet. You can also walk your hands forward. You can also take your hands to your inner feet and roll them open to the ceiling to get a little bit more openness in the inner thighs there. And again, soften the shoulders and breathe through the nose. Come up to sit. Bring your knees together. Slide forward a tiny bit on your mat. Take your hands under your thighs and lengthen out of your back as you reach your chest back in space. See if you can lift your right leg and then your left leg. Squeeze the inner thighs, use the lower abs, and stretch the arms forward into boat. Breathe here. Inhale and exhale. And then start to slowly lower down onto your back. Step your feet as wide as your hips. Press your hands into the floor. Press into your feet, especially the big toe mounds. Bridge your hips up. Feel length out of the lower back. If you'd like to interlace your hands under your back, you can. And try and get your shoulders underneath your chest to help puff the chest to the chin and get some openness in the heart and the back bend. Release your hands. Release your back. Come all the way down to the floor. And like we did seated, bring the soles of feet together, let the knees drop open, and come into goddess. Hands on the low abs, eyes closed. Gives your back a sense of neutral before you bring your knees together and hug your knees into your chest. Let your knees drop to the right, look to the left. You can use your right hand on your outer left knee to go deeper into the twist. And then just switch. Knees to left, look to the right. You could use your left hand on the outer right knee. And then come back to center and stretch your legs out. Turn your palms up. Give yourself a moment to release, to relax, to let go. And then let your breath start to release. So it's just breathing for you. Wiggle fingers and toes, stretch out the arms, lengthen through the legs, gather your knees back in, gently roll to your left side or right side. Make your way up to sit, find a comfortable seat, close your eyes, rest your hands on your knees, and feel the difference in the state of the mind, the state of the breath, the state of the body. Bring your hands together in prayer, bow your head forward, and namaste. Hey there, it's Kristen, and I really hope you enjoyed this class. Now, don't forget, you can get the entire Yoga for Beginners starter kit for free. That's 28 free yoga classes designed